Live from Algonquin College,
This is the Algonquin Show
on CKDJ
107.9.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Collier.
And I'm Sean Davey, and on today's Algonquin Show,
Aaron Hill proposes reasons why Canadian marriage rates are in decline.
a former Algonquin teacher shares her story of perseverance and determination.
If you're looking to find useful books for cheap, search no further because the Algonquin book sale is here.
Erica tells you why you should think before you drink and drive.
We'll tell you all about the experience of certain students who live 24 hours without a home.
Law-abiding citizen, just another courtroom thriller? Or is it worth a look?
And why can we get Lansdowne Park over and done with?
But first, the Algonquin Report.
On August 23, 2009, a tragic event created a ripple in a small community just south of Ottawa. As each day passed, those little waves grew, larger and larger, and stretched further and further. Now it's reached Ottawa. Erica McDonald throws yet another pebble to make that ripple grow.
I'd like to think of that, like his last day was like one of his best because all his friends were together and we're all having a great time.
In Spencerville, just 45 minutes south of Ottawa, Dylan Heisel was in the passenger seat when it happened. The minivan left the road, hit a culvert before it was stopped by a tree. The driver, along with another passenger, were able to free themselves from the wreckage. The driver, a friend of Dylan, suffered third-degree burns to his body.
Sadly, despite the best efforts from rescue crews, Dylan didn't make it.
Dylan graduated this year from South Granville District High School and received his notice of acceptance to attend McGill University starting this fall. The aftermath of such a tragedy brought an entire community together. Quickly, a Facebook group entitled Dylan Heisel Will Be Missed and Loved by Everyone was created. Pictures, memorial videos, and condolences were posted. Today, the group has over 1,600 members and continues to grow.
Dylan is here now. I'd just like to tell him how much I miss him and how much I love him, that he'll always be my brother.
The events of August 23, 2009 caused the county of Leeds and Granville to unite. Over the next few weeks, many stories were shared with the community, reminding them of Dylan and his quirky smile he always wore. The funeral of the young man surprised some residents of Prescott. One of Dylan's old hockey trainers talks about what happened that day.
The afternoon of the wake, when I finally arrived, the lineup out of the funeral home down to the street and began around the one corner. So the next thing I know, I'm standing there, and nobody was really saying anything. Nobody was really making any small talk. I didn't know anybody around me. About a half an hour, 45 minutes later, I still hadn't moved. I looked behind me. The line had progressed up the street and around behind the funeral home, at least 3 people sick. I've never ever seen anything like that in my life.
But it didn't stop there. Shortly after the funeral, a group of Dylan's closest friends banded together to pay tribute.
So a couple days after the funeral, 23 of us went to a tattoo parlor called Ink Brigade in Rockville, and Joe, the tattoo artist, was really cool about it. He knew why we were all there, so he gave us a big discount, and we all got some sort of purple image, mostly a rose or a cross, and then some other people got one person got a silhouette of a hockey player, and then there was just a dove and hummingbirds, and just many different things that involved purple to represent Dylan's life and how he affected us.
In an emotional interview, Mark Heisel, Dylan's father, said, "Every life my son touched, it was incredible. Truer words were never spoken." A few weeks into a new school year, an assembly was held. Mason talks about what happens that day.
The memorial, there's basically the whole school plus friends and family, and everybody was dressed in purple. Head of the school board did a few things because his daughter also passed away at a young age. He kind of related to that. A friend went up and presented some jerseys, and I retired his rugby jersey, and another friend retired his football jersey.
One of the most memorable parts of Heisel's life, however, will be looked upon each year. One of Dylan's friends, Sam Contant, and some teammates presented the Heisel family with a plaque for an award to be presented annually to the student who demonstrates the same qualities as Heisel did in his school life. The Dylan Heisel Memorial Award will be presented to the student who shows a genuine love of life and is an inspiration to their peers.
He truly affected my life for the best, and when I was happiest, I was usually with him. And I think he changed my life for the best, and I'm going to try to live my life like he did. Always have a smile and just going about every day the same.
Dylan's story isn't just a tragedy. It's a story of heroism and hope. A hope that such an event will never occur again. that not only young, but older generations will be more responsible when it comes to having a few drinks.
The awareness that the younger crowd has now and the appreciation they have for not drinking and driving is more in front of them than it was when I was a kid. Having an impact of this caliber in this small community, it really ripples through a lot of young people to second-guess themselves before they get behind the wheel of a car.
As a memorial and a sad reminder, on County Road 44 there lies a homemade cross with flowers.
And then the memorial that they have for Dylan on County Road 44, there's a makeshift cross, and I don't think it's pretty emotional for me to just go by it. The little memorial there is very touching, and it brings it all back home. You know what I mean? It's kind of takes off the scab that that's trying to heal, and it just started all over again. It keeps it fresh in your head for sure.
This could and can happen to anyone. Remember, there are always alternatives to when it comes to having a couple drinks. A cab, a DD, stay over for the night. There's always an alternative. Students, remember this story and tell it to a friend, because you may not think it'll happen to you until it does. For the Algonquin Show, I'm Erica McDonald.